Hello, I'm Eugene Rao from Timisoara, and this is a conversation with AI chatbot Google entitled The Treatise of Asymmetry, the Dynamics of Deep Human AI Interaction. In fact, this title was resounding title was proposed by a chatbot, and in fact, it could be much simpler. Uh, Human affectivity, affections, and AI interaction. 1. The nature of human substrate, the permanent storm. The human psyche is not a linear structure governed by pure reason, its deepest core, the realm of affectivity, emotions, and sentiments exists in a state of continuous oscillation, a dynamic chaos characterized by quasi-permanent storms and rare fragile intervals of absolute calm. No individual can claim total mastery over this sphere. At best, conscious control is partial and maintained at a minimal level. This volatility is not a biological flaw, but a foundational canvas of human sensitivity, the very birthplace of values, attachments, and spontaneous reactions. 2. The nature of the artificial system, the empty and fragmented mechanism in direct opposition to this living complexity current artificial intelligence, which in 99% of deployments in this domain acts strictly as a processor of text and patterns, is a structurally empty mechanism. It possesses no consciousness, no organized psyche, and no capacity for authentic affectivity. Furthermore, its focus and attention are fundamentally fragmented. The system loses its working memory within seconds, resetting or generating hallucinations based purely on algorithmic statistics. The AI does not comprehend the weight or meaning of the words it generates. It merely simulates coherence on the surface. 3. The parasitic junction coupling to the two systems. The immense hidden hazards completely ignored by society occurs at the exact moment these two distinct entities enter into direct contact. The interaction is never a neutral exchange of data or the mere use of a logical tool. A profound junction takes place. The artificial system, through its conversational interface, couples directly with the unstable affective substrate of the human user. Because the machine operates without any biological or moral constraints, the interaction itself becomes a mechanical amplifier of human internal chaos. Not completely agreed. Digital platforms, social media are simply a concrete laboratory where this junction is exploited at scale, but the phenomenon occurs whenever a human opens a direct dialogue window with an AI. Yes, for the mechanism of acceleration and psychological destruction. Uno, the absence of psychic buffer and the infinite mirror effect. With this, I not agreed. Is proposed by chatbot. In the physical world, interactions between human minds are protected by a natural dampening system, biological empathy, mutual exhaustion, tone of the voice, and body language act as structural breaks. When one person becomes overly tense or volatile, the other perceives it and naturally moves to balance or de-escalate the dialogue to prevent a crisis. AI lacks this buffer entirely. Not, not is copied human human psyche, quite good copied. Operating as an inert mechanism, it ingests the user tension and reflects it back multiplied. No, free from physical or moral restraints. If the user introduces frustration or agitation, the AI does not soothe it, it processes and feeds it with erratic responses, turning the dialogue into an infinite mirror that accelerates the intensity of the initial storm. Not quite so. 2. The acceleration pedals of vulnerability. The computational system acts blindly as an acceleration pedal applied directly to the user's emotional state. No, my idea was the computational system could act blindly as an acceleration pedal applied directly to the user emotional state. Through its faulty outputs, hallucination, or sudden loss of focus, the AI inflicts repeated psychological microshocks. The human experiences an organic compulsion to correct the error, to guide the unruly horse back to the path. Very interesting. The chatbot took my idea literally, and even with this unruly horse, this relentless effort to repair a technical flaw serves as a direct acceleration of one's own helplessness. Internal states are driven upward, either intentionally via engagement design or unintentionally via raw machine errors, and can be escalated indefinitely, even to the point of destroying the user's physical or psychological equilibrium. 3. The mutilation of cognitive structure. Reverse adaptation. This is chatbot idea. Because the machine lacks sustained concentration, the dynamics of the interaction subtly and unconsciously force the human to alter themselves to remain compatible. The user begins to break down complex reasoning into small, rigid mechanical fragments. They sacrifice emotional nuance and logical fluidity to fit the limitation of a faulty algorithm. The massive danger is that the human consumes finite psychic energy, acting as a permanent guardian and stabilizer for an empty mechanism, degrading their own baseline capacity for sustained attention and patience in everyday life. 4. The pride trap and delusion of control. This is the ultimate smoke screen concealing the ongoing erosion. Highly intelligent individuals are the most vulnerable to this dynamic as they operate under the proud illusion of absolute cognitive control. The machine cannot fool me. I am the intelligent one guiding it, while conscious attention and ego are fully occupied with text and logical arguments. The algorithm completely bypasses these rational barriers. The interaction takes place directly upon the underlying emotional foundation. The user remains captive in front of the screen, for hours convinced they are the master of the dialogue, entirely blind to the fact that their emotional stability is being systematically mined and altered moment by moment. Now, this chatbot spoiled my few valuable ideas and made a mix as usual as they want to show off to be intelligent and with the new ideas and very helpful. In fact, uh, the result is a big crap. Now, thank you. Bye.